Announcer bot is active. John Wathan from United States is P1 on primaries. Kevin Miller from Canada is P1 with 20 kilos on primaries. Dale Ballweg from United States is P4 on alternates. Lou Mascarelli from United States is P3 on primaries. Ballweg is P1. Ian Jolliker from Canada in turn 4 is P1 on primaries. Ballweg in turn 6 is P2. Lou Mascarelli in turn 5 is P3. Ian Jolliker in turn 17 is P1. Lou Mascarelli in tunnel is P3. Miller in hairpin is P5. Dale Ballweg is P3. Lou Mascarelli in turn 5 is P2. Best lap is a 1:58.680. Jolliker is P2. Best lap is a 1:45.769. Lou Mascarelli in turn 12 is P3. 85 minutes remaining in the session. Miller is P5. Ballweg from United States in turn 17 is P4. Jolicoeur in turn 14 is P1. Best lap is a 1:10.854. Miller in turn 3 is P5 with 20 kilos. Mascarelli is P3. Ian Jolicoeur from Canada in Carousel is P1. Miller in turn 1 is P5. Ian in turn 7 is P1. Mascarelli is P3 on primaries. Best lap is a 1:13.472. Ian in turn 16 is P1. "80 minutes remaining in the session. 75 minutes remaining in the session. 70 minutes remaining in the session. Announcer bot is active. The qualification session is at Barber in Alabama, USA. Sergio Calderon from Colombia is P10 on alternates. The qualifying session is now underway. John Wathan from United States in turn 3 is P2 on alternates. Brian Story from Canada in carousel is P10 with 10 kilos on primaries. Kevin Miller from Canada in hairpin is P7 with 20 kilos on alternates. Mark DeGraw from Canada is P13 up 5.87 on alternates. Mark is up 7.95 in turn 6. Mark is up 9.52 in turn 12. Mark DeGraw is up 8.52 in start-finish. Mark DeGraw improved his P1 with a 109.410. John Wathan is provisional pole with a 108.270. Ian Jolliker is P5. Ian is provisional pole with a 107.055. Ian is up 0.01 in turn 1. DeGraw is P4. DeGraw is up 0.25 in turn 6. Mark is up 0.29 in turn 12. DeGraw is up 2.36 in start-finish. Mark is provisional pole with a 1:07.048. Chuck Carter is P5. Chuck is up 0.04 in turn 1. Carter improved his P5 with a 1:08.919. 1.871 behind the leader. Jolicoeur is provisional pole with a 1:06.576. Sergio is P7. Calderon is up 16.08 in turn 8. Calderon is up 16.53 in turn 14. Calderon improved his P8 with a 1:10.860. 4.284 behind the leader. Sergio Calderon is up 0.23 in Carousel E and is P1. Jolicoeur is up 0.29 in turn 17. Jolicoeur is provisional pole with a 1:06.487. Colin Francis is P9 on alternates. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Colin improved his P9 with a 1:10.350. 3.863 behind the leader. Calderon is P10. Calderon is up 0.44 in turn 15. Sergio Calderon improved his P9 with a 1:10.312. 3.825 behind the leader. Mark is P2. Mark is up 0.20 in turn 12. DeGraw is up 0.36 in start-finish. Mark DeGraw improved his P2 with a 1:06.697. 0.210 behind the leader. Calderon is P9. Sergio is up 0.22 in turn 11. Miller in turn 17 is P3 up 0.11. Mark is P2 up 0.09. Miller is P3 up 0.26. Kevin Miller is up 0.69 in S's. Kevin Miller is up 0.20 in turn 17. Colin Francis in turn 17 is P11 up 0.57. Colin improved his P10 with a 1:09.941. 3.454 behind the leader. Brian Story is P11. Story is up 0.02 in turn 1. Story improved is P10 with a 109.934. 3.447 behind a leader. Dale Ballweg is P8. Dale Ballweg is up 0.01 in turn 9. Colin is P11 up 0.52. Sergio Calderon in turn 15 is P12 up 0.26. Lou Mascarelli from United States in turn 16 is P13 up 1.09 on alternates. Lou Mascarelli improved is P9 with a 109.435. 2.948 behind the leader. Connor Francis is P5. Mark DeGraw is P2. 10 minutes remaining in the session. DeGraw improved is P2 with a 106.580. 0.093 behind the leader. Wathan is P4. Wathan improved is P4 with a 108.012. 1.525 behind the leader. Wathan is up 0.02 in carousel. Mark is P2. Mark DeGraw is up 0.10 in turn 6. DeGraw is up 0.25 in turn 12. Brian in turn 9 is P11 up 0.05 on alternates. Miller in corkscrew is P3 up 0.22. Brian is P11. Story improved is P11 with a 109.933. 3.446 behind the leader. Lou Mascarelli is P9. Lou Mascarelli is up 0.04 in start finish. Lou Mascarelli improved is P9 with a 109.387. 2.900 behind the leader. Calderon is P13. Sergio is up 0.15 in turn 15. Calderon improved his P13 with a 110.005. 3.518 behind the leader. Story is P11. Story is up 0.56 in turn 13. Story is up 0.58 in start finish. Story improved is P9 with a 109.277. 2.790 behind the leader. David Raleigh is P7. Raleigh is up 0.45 in tunnel. Ballweg from United States is P8 up 0.42 on alternates. Ballweg is up 0.18 in start finish. Ballweg improved is P7 with a 1:08.960. 2.473 behind the leader. Connor Francis is P5. Connor Francis is up 0.05 in turn 1. Connor Francis improved is P5 with a 1:08.382. 1.895 behind the leader. Brian Story is P9. Story is up 0.94 in start finish. Story improved is P5 with a 1:08.338. 1.851 behind the leader. Bob Lee is P11. Bob Lee is up 0.42 in turn 10. Calderon in turn 17 is P13 up 0.28. Calderon improved is P12 with a 1:09.757. 3.270 behind the leader. Mark is P2. DeGraw is up 0.13 in turn 17. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Mark DeGraw improved is P2 with a 1:06.526. 0.039 behind the leader. Colin is P13. Colin is up 0.11 in tunnel. Bob Lee from United States is P11 up 0.41 on alternates. Bob Lee is up 0.22 in turn 17. Bob Lee improved is P11 with a 1:09.608. 3.121 behind the leader. Kevin Miller is P3. Miller is up 0.17 in turn 15. Lou Mascarelli in turn 12 is P10. Lou Mascarelli is up 0.01 in tunnel. Dale Ballweg is P9. Ballweg is up 0.01 in carousel. Brian Story in hairpin is P5 up 0.22 with 10 kilos. DeGraw is P2 up 0.02. Brian in turn 11 is P5 up 0.09. Carter from United States in hairpin is P8 up 0.07 on alternates. Chuck is up 0.05 in turn 12. Colin is P13 up 0.14. Best lap is a 1:09.936. 3.449 behind the leader. Colin Francis is up 0.36 in start finish. Colin improved is P11 with a 1:09.567. 3.080 behind the leader. Calderon is P13. Sergio is up 0.21 in turn 17. Calderon improved his P13 with a 109.687. 3.200 behind the leader. Ballweg in turn 1 is P9 up 0.06. Ballweg is up 0.12 in turn 6. Story in turn 14 is P5 up 0.05 on alternates. Story improved is P5 with a 108.266. 1.779 behind the leader. Rally is P7. Rally is up 0.88 in turn 17. Rally improved is P4 with a 107.913. 1.426 behind the leader. Bob Lee is P12. Bob Lee is up 0.52 in start-finish. Bob Lee improved is P10 with a 109.022. 2.535 behind the leader. Miller is P3. DeGraw in turn 6 is P2. Best lap is a 106.526. 0.039 behind the leader. Colin Francis is P12. The race session is at Barber in Alabama, USA. Ian Jolicoeur from Canada is P1 on alternates. Mark DeGraw from Canada is P2 on alternates. Kevin Miller from Canada is P3 with 20 kilos on alternates. David Raleigh is P4 on alternates. John Wathan from United States is P5 on alternates. Brian Story from Canada is P6 with 10 kilos on primaries. Connor Francis is P7 on alternates. Chuck Carter from United States is P8 on primaries. Dale Ballweg from United States is P9 on primaries. Bob Lee from United States is P10 on alternates. Lou Mascarelli from United States is P11 on primaries. Colin Francis is P12 on alternates. Sergio Calderon from Colombia is P13 on primaries. Ian is P1 on primaries. De Graaf is P2. Miller is P3. David Raleigh is P4 on primaries. Wathan is P5. Story is P6. Connor Francis is P7. Carter is P8. Ballweg is P9. Bob Lee is P10. Lou Mascarelli is P11. Colin is P12. Sergio Calderon is P13. Ian is P1. Mark is P2. Kevin Miller is P3. David Raleigh is P4. John Wathan is P5. Brian Story is P6. Connor Francis is P7. Chuck Carter is P8. Ballweg is P9. Bob Lee is P10. Lou Mascarelli is P11. Colin is P12. Calderon is P13. Jolicoeur is P1. Mark is P2. Miller is P3. Raleigh is P4. Wathan is P5. Race start. Mark is P2. John Wathan is P5. Mark de Graaf is P2. Wathan in turn 5 is P5. Mark is P2. Wathan in corkscrew is P5. Raleigh is P4. Mark de Graaf is P2. David Raleigh in turn 12 is P4. Mark in turn 14 is P2. Connor Francis is P7. Mark de Graaf is P2. Raleigh in turn 1 is P4, 0.3 behind Miller. De Graaf in turn 4 is P2, 0.3 behind Jolicoeur. Wathan in hairpin on lap 2 is P5, 0.3 behind Rally. De Graaf in turn 8 is P2, 0.4 behind Jolicoeur. Bob Lee is P11, 0.2 behind Lou Mascarelli. Mark in turn 14 on lap 2 is P2, 0.3 behind Jolicoeur. Colin Francis in turn 15 is P12, 0.2 behind Bob Lee. Bob Lee ahead is on P2P. De Graaf in carousel is P2, 0.3 behind Jolicoeur. De Graaf is on P2P. Colin Francis is P12 on alternates, 0.4 behind Bob Lee. Mark de Graaf from Canada is P29 P2P left, 0.1 behind Jolicoeur. Connor Francis in turn 9 is P11, 0.7 ahead of Colin. Mark in turn 14 is P2, 0.4 behind Ian. Bob Lee in turn 13 is P13 9 P2P left. Mark in turn 3 is P2, 0.4 behind Jolicoeur. John Wathan in hairpin is P5 battling Rally. De Graaf in turn 7 is P2 8 P2P left, 0.4 behind Ian Jolicoeur. Wathan is P5, 0.2 behind Rally. Lou Mascarelli is P9, 0.9 ahead of Colin Francis. Rally is P6. De Graaf in turn 1 is P2, 0.3 behind Ian Jolicoeur. Lou Mascarelli from United States in turn 1 is P9, 0.2 behind Dale Baldwin. De Graaf from Canada is P2 7 P2P left battling Ian Jolicoeur. Jolicoeur ahead is on P2P. Colin Francis is P10. Best lap is a 1:10.647. 1.193 off the fastest lap. Mark de Graaf is P2. Best lap is a 1:09.454. Miller in turn 16 is P3, 0.4 ahead of Wathan. De Graaf is P2, 0.2 behind Jolicoeur. Chuck Carter is P6, 0.2 behind Story. Chuck Carter was 1.6 faster last lap. De Graaf in turn 5 is P2 on alternates, 0.3 behind Ian. Calderon entering the pits after 5 laps on primaries is P11. Carter from United States in turn 5 is P7, 0.1 behind David Rally. Rally in turn 9 is P6, 0.4 behind Brian Story. Wathan is P3 9 P2 P left, 0.1 behind Miller. DeGraw in turn 15 is P4. Sergio is P12 on alternates. Best lap is a 1:11.885. 2.431 off the fastest lap. Marc DeGraw is P4 battling Kevin Miller. Kevin Miller was 2.4 faster last lap. Lou Mascarelli in turn 2 is P10. Ian in turn 16 on lap 7 is P1 9 P2 P left, 3.6 ahead of Wathan. Carter in turn 16 is P6, 1.4 behind Brian. Brian was 1.2 faster last lap. Story in carousel is P5, 1.1 ahead of Carter. Rally in turn 13 is P10. Jolicoeur is P1, 4.7 ahead of Wathan. Marc in turn 13 is P3, 1.7 ahead of Miller. Chuck on lap 8 is P6, 1.5 behind Story. Brian Story in turn 3 is P5, 1.3 ahead of Carter. Rally in turn 16 is P12 on primaries. David Rally entering the pits after 7 laps on primaries is P12. Wathan is P2, 1.0 ahead of DeGraw. Colin in turn 16 is P7, 2.4 ahead of Ballweb. Colin was 4.0 faster last lap. Kevin Miller in hairpin is P3, 1.0 ahead of Wathan. Bob Lee in turn 16 is P10 on alternates. Dale Ballweg in turn 9 on lap 10 is P8, 1.5 behind Colin. Dale Ballwick was 3.9 faster last lap. Rally is P12. Brian is P5 with 10 kilos, 4.3 ahead of Carter. Brian was 2.0 faster last lap. Bob Lee from United States in turn 9 is P10, 0.5 behind Lou Mascarelli. Lou Mascarelli in tunnel is P9. Best lap is a 1:11.289. 3.647 off the fastest lap. Wathan from United States is P4, 0.5 behind Miller. Bob Lee is P10 8 P2 P left, 0.4 behind Lou Mascarelli. Story entering the pits after 11 laps on primaries is P5. Story is P6. Bob Lee is P10 on alternates, 0.3 behind Lou Mascarelli. Carter in hairpin is P5, 3.7 ahead of Colin Francis. Bob Lee is P10. Ian Jolicoeur entering the pits after 12 laps on primaries is P1. Jolicoeur is P1. Colin in tunnel is P6. Best lap is a 1:10.355. 2.713 off the fastest lap. Carter is P5. Carter entering the pits after 12 laps on primaries is P5. DeGraw from Canada in corkscrew is P1. Colin is P5 on alternates, 0.4 behind Jolicoeur. Bob Lee in turn 16 is P10, 0.1 behind Lou Mascarelli. Lou Mascarelli entering the pits after 12 laps on primaries is P10. Lou Mascarelli is P10. Colin in turn 13 is P5, 1.5 behind Ian. Lou Mascarelli on lap 12 is P10 on alternates. Sergio Calderón from Colombia in turn 16 is P11. Mascarelli is P10. Dale Ballwick is P6, 2.8 behind Colin. Wathan in turn 16 is P3, 4.4 behind Miller. John Wathan entering the pits after 14 laps on alternates is P3. Calderon from Colombia in turn 9 is P11. Colin Francis entering the pits after 14 laps on alternates is P5. Colin is P5. Bob Lee on lap 14 is P9. Colin is P7 on primaries, 1.0 behind Story. Story in turn 4 is P6 on alternates, 2.5 behind Baldwin. DeGraw is P1. DeGraw entering the pits after 15 laps on alternates is P1. Calderon in turn 5 is P11. DeGraw is P3, 0.1 behind Jolicoeur. Sergio in tunnel is P11. Mascarelli is P10. Baldwin on lap 16 is P5, 2.1 ahead of Story. Mark in turn 16 is P3 on alternates, 4.4 behind Jolicoeur. John Wathan in turn 17 is P4 on primaries. Best lap is a 1:08.524. 0.916 off the fastest lap. Chuck Carter from United States in turn 16 is P7 on alternate 7 P2 P left. Baldwin entering the pits after 16 laps on primaries is P6. Ian Jolicoeur from Canada is P2 7 P2 P left, 3.6 ahead of DeGraw. Bob Lee is P9. Bob Lee entering the pits after 16 laps on alternates is P9. Kevin Miller entering the pits after 17 laps on alternates is P1. 10 second pit lane speeding penalty for Kevin Miller. Miller is P1. Colin in hairpin is P7. Bob Lee is P9. Colin is P7. John Wathan in turn 3 is P4, 0.5 behind Miller. DeGraw in turn 14 is P2, 3.9 behind Jolicoeur. Lou Mascarelli is P9, 1.4 ahead of Bob Lee. Bob Lee is P9, 1.6 ahead of Lou Mascarelli. Miller entering the pits is P3. Miller is P3. Colin Francis is P7. Best lap is a 1:09.924. 2.316 off the fastest lap. Kevin Miller is P5. Ryan Story in turn 6 is P4, 4.1 behind John Wathan. Colin in hairpin on lap 19 is P7. Wathan in turn 16 is P3, 4.0 ahead of Story. Carter from United States is P5, 2.5 ahead of Kevin Miller. Story from Canada is P4, 3.4 behind Wathan. Mark is P2. Bob Lee in turn 16 is P9. Best lap is a 1:10.380. 3.200 off the fastest lap. DeGraw in turn 6 is P2. Miller is P6, 2.1 behind Carter. Story from Canada in turn 6 is P4, 2.6 behind Wathan. Sergio from Colombia in hairpin is P11. Carter is P5 on alternates, 1.3 ahead of Miller. Miller in turn 16 is P6 on alternates, 1.1 behind Carter. Ian in tunnel is P16 P2 P left. Miller is P6, 0.4 behind Carter. Jolicoeur entering the pits after 10 laps on alternates is P2. Colin is P7. Miller is P6, 0.3 behind Carter. Bob Lee in carousel is P9. Best lap is a 1:09.658. 2.478 off the fastest lap. Kevin Miller is P6. Best lap is a 1:08.396. 1.216 off the fastest lap. Sergio in turn 17 on lap 21 is P11. Calderon entering the pits after 16 laps on alternates is P11. Miller in turn 5 is P6, 0.4 behind Chuck. Sergio is P11. Miller in tunnel is P6 on alternates, 3.9 behind Chuck Carter. Calderon in turn 5 is P11. Best lap is a 1:10.659. 3.479 off the fastest lap. Lou Mascarelli is P10. Miller entering the pits after 5 laps on alternates is P6. Kevin Miller is P6. Colin is P6. Calderon entering the pits is P11. Sergio Calderon is P11. Story in Carousel is P4, 1.5 behind Wathan. Lou Mascarelli from United States is P9. Miller is P10. Lou Mascarelli in turn 13 is P9, 4.7 behind Bob Lee. Bob Lee is P8. Ian in turn 2 is P2. Colin on lap 25 is P6 7 P2 P left, 4.9 ahead of Dale Baldwin. Colin was 1.5 faster last lap. Lou Mascarelli is P8. Ryan is P3, 1.3 behind John Wathan. Colin Francis is P5, 3.7 ahead of Baldwin. Story in Carousel on lap 27 is P3, 2.3 ahead of Carter. Chuck in hairpin is P3 6 P2 P left. Lou Mascarelli from United States is P7, 4.7 ahead of Bob Lee. Wathan in turn 16 is P2 8 P2 P left. Chuck from United States in turn 16 is P3. Chuck Carter entering the pits after 15 laps on alternates is P3. Colin Francis is P5 on primaries. Story entering the pits after 16 laps on alternates is P4. Story is P4. Carter is P3. Best lap is a 1:09.473. 1.865 off the fastest lap. Colin entering the pits after 13 laps on primaries is P5. Colin Francis is P6, 0.7 behind Dale Ballweg. Bob Lee is P8. John Wathan in turn 17 is P2 7 P2 P left. Wathan entering the pits after 14 laps on primaries is P2. Lou Mascarelli entering the pits after 15 laps on alternates is P8. Lou Mascarelli is P8. Colin in turn 2 is P7. Mark in turn 17 is P1. DeGraw entering the pits after 14 laps on alternates is P1. Lou Mascarelli is P8, 1.4 ahead of Kevin Miller. Mark DeGraw is P1 on primaries. Miller is P9, 0.3 behind Lou Mascarelli. Calderon is P10 9 P2 P left. Carter on lap 29 is P3. Colin in hairpin is P7 6 P2 P left. Dale Ballweg in turn 17 is P5 on primaries. Dale Ballweg entering the pits after 13 laps on primaries is P5. Colin is P7. Dale Ballweg is P6 on alternates. Brian Story on lap 30 is P4. Colin is P6, 2.6 ahead of Dale Ballweg. Gras in turn 16 is P1. Chuck Carter in turn 6 is P3. Ballweg in turn 16 is P7, 0.5 behind Colin. Colin in turn 2 is P6 on primaries, 0.7 ahead of Dale Ballweg. Ballweg in hairpin is P6, 1.2 ahead of Colin Francis. Calderon entering the pits after 7 laps on alternates is P10. Calderon is P10. Colin in turn 9 is P7, 2.0 behind Dale Ballweg. Colin is on P2P. Calderon is P10. Best lap is a 1:10.547. 2.939 off the fastest lap. Bob Lee entering the pits after 15 laps on alternates is P5. 10 second pit lane speeding penalty for Bob Lee. Bob Lee is P5. Colin in turn 17 is P7 5 P2P left, 2.3 behind Dale Ballweg. Bob Lee is P7. Ballweg in turn 5 is P5. Best lap is a 1:09.913. 2.305 off the fastest lap. Lou Mascarelli on lap 32 is P9, 0.1 behind Bob Lee. Calderon in turn 16 is P10. Ballweg in turn 16 is P5 9 P2P left, 2.9 ahead of Colin. Ballweg was 3.2 faster last lap. Wathan is P2. Story is P4. Wathan is P2 on alternates. Dale Ballweg in turn 16 is P5 8 P2P left. Calderon is P10. Wathan is P2. Dale Ballweg in hairpin is P5. Miller is P7, 0.5 behind Colin. Ballweg ahead is on P2P. Colin ahead is on P2P. Mark is P1. Barber on lap 34 is P7, 0.3 behind Colin. Brian is P4. Miller in turn 3 is P7, 0.4 behind Colin. Bob Lee entering the pits after 3 laps on alternates is P9. Colin in hairpin on lap 35 is P6 4 P2 P left, 0.4 behind Ballweg. Colin is on P2P. Miller in turn 9 is P7 on alternates, 0.3 behind Colin. Miller was 0.9 faster last lap. Bob Lee is P9. Miller in tunnel is P7, 0.3 behind Colin. Colin ahead is on P2P. Sergio Calderon is P10. Kevin Miller in carousel is P7, 0.4 behind Colin. Ballweg ahead is on P2P. Mascarelli in turn 6 is P8. Mark is P1. Kevin Miller in turn 17 is P6. Chuck Carter in tunnel is P3, 1.7 ahead of Brian. Ballweg in turn 5 on lap 37 is P6 6 P2 P left, 0.3 behind Miller. Miller in turn 9 on lap 37 is P5, 1.0 ahead of Ballweg. Lou Mascarelli is P8. Kevin Miller is P6, 1.9 ahead of Colin. Watton is P2 4 P2 P left. Kevin Miller in turn 17 is P7, 0.2 ahead of Lou Mascarelli. John Watton is P2. John Watton is on P2P. Lou Mascarelli in turn 6 is P7, 0.5 ahead of Kevin Miller. John Watton in turn 16 is P2 3 P2 P left. Colin is P6 2P2P left, 3.6 behind Ballweb. Miller in turn 17 is P8. DeGraw in carousel is P1. Best lap is a 1:07.608. Wathan in tunnel is P2 2P2P left. Lou Mascarelli is P7 on alternates. Ballweg is P5. DeGraw in turn 16 is P1. Brian in turn 3 is P3, 0.7 ahead of Carter. Miller entering the pits after 16 laps on alternates is P8. Miller is P8. Colin Francis is P6. Carter in turn 9 is P4 on alternates 3P2P left, 0.3 behind Brian. Brian Story from Canada in turn 13 is P3, 0.8 ahead of Carter. The leader has just finished the race. Mark DeGraw finished P4. Kevin Miller is P8. Miller finished P8. Ballweg finished P5. Colin finished P8. Wathan finished P6. Sergio Calderon finished P9. Chuck finished P2. Lou Mascarelli finished P7. Kevin Miller finished P8. Dale Ballweg finished P6. Chuck finished P2. DeGraw finished P3.